Randy just doesn't understand. I mean, I love him dearly, but I hate Ricky more. I just don't want to have to put up with that prick for the rest of my life.
You know what I'm saying? I can't never tell who really down, who really cared.
What up, everybody, and welcome to the channel. It's your boy, Young Prodigy, and today we're going to be doing a little bit of story time. This is going to be me talking about times in my life that I can remember that are like most significant, and I want to start a little series about that. I think it'll be a fun way to, like, for one, get some things off of my chest. Not that I necessarily think about them every day, but you know, things that have happened in my life that I would like to talk about, because I think that it's like key points in my life to my upbringing and to like the person that I am today. So if that seems interesting to you, welcome, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by and watching my channel. And yeah, let's get into it. And before we start, just want to say apologize to my mom, because she probably, I haven't told a lot of people this. I haven't told a lot of people a lot of these things, and my mom probably doesn't know about a lot of these things. She knows about this one, but she probably doesn't know like the entire story of what happened, because I didn't really talk about it at the moment. So yeah, apologies in advance, Mom, if you're watching this. And yeah, let's get into the story. So boom, this happened when I was about 19 or 20 years old. I used to work at Half Shell Oyster House as a busboy, and I did that for about a year and a half. It was a pretty good job for somebody that was in high school, but like I had just graduated, so I was kind of looking for something that paid a little bit more. And I was really tired of like being a cleaning person, like having to like clean tables and deal with like all the dirty stuff, cleaning up the restaurant, cleaning out the bathrooms. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never wanted to, no, you know, disrespect to janitors or anything like that, but I never saw myself as like a cleaning person. So yeah, I wanted to get out of that field. Not only that, but like the pay wasn't like paying like I wanted it to. So I got this opportunity to work at the Bow. I had applied for a valet position, and I had already went to my interview and everything. Interview was great. My manager was the same sign as me. I'm an Aries. She was an Aries. So we kind of like hit it off at that. As soon as I told her that I was an Aries, she already loved me. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that is, but we're just gonna roll with it for the time being. So I got the job, but I had to go take a drug test to like actually like, you know, get the job. They had to do my background and all that, and then I had to go to orientation. So this is where the story starts basically. So I wake up one day, and it's the day that I have to go take my drug test. So I get up, take a shower, you know, get ready, get all nice, get dressed, go to take my drug test. Now, I used to drive a 2006 S60 Volvo, and I had it for about, I want to say a year. I want to, maybe about two. After that point, yeah, you know what I'm saying. Up to this point, I probably only had it for about a year, if that. So I wasn't used to like cars with a lot of horsepower, and this car would like get up, you know. This car would like, I pressed on the gas and I can go from like 0 to 90 in like a couple seconds, you know what I'm saying. So never had, like, I was cool with like, you know, maintaining my speeds and going the speed limit and those type of things. But what I was not used to doing was driving in bad weather. So on this day in particular, it wanted to rain extra heavily. But that don't stop the grind. You know what I'm saying? So we're on our way to the drug test, and I'm going over a bridge. So there's a bridge and I'll put a picture up here for y'all so y'all can see exactly what I'm talking about. But there's a bridge that I have to go over in order to get to where I'm trying to get to, and it's a pretty long bridge, pretty lengthy little bridge. You know what I'm saying? So we're going down this bridge, right? And it's raining so hard, like I can barely see what's going on really. And I probably shouldn't have been going as fast as I was going. I think I was going about like maybe 70, 60, 70. I ain't even gonna cap with you. Might have been 75. Might push a little bit, but we was going pretty fast in the rain, mind you. It's raining hard as hell at this point. And I'm trying to get in front of this car so that I can get into the lane in order to get off on my exit. You know what I'm saying? So as I try to do that, I see that I don't have enough space to make the merge. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess the car didn't see me trying to merge. So they started speeding up a little bit. So I kind of had to swerve like back into my lane that I was already in, and once I had did that, it was over with from that point. And I kind of lost control of the Volvo, and it just started hydroplaning to the side. So me being young and dumb at this point, I tried to turn it the other way to like straighten it out, and that just like whips it all the way to the other side. You know what I'm saying? And like it doesn't straighten me out, it just whips me into the opposite direction. So I'm sitting here like to the point to almost spinning out, and I come boom right into the wall. Hit the wall one time on the left side, and then I just start flying to the other side. Now the car that I was trying to merge in front of had passed me at this point. So luckily I didn't hit anybody, and I'm pretty sure the people behind me seen the whole thing happen. Like whoever was behind me had seen that whole thing happen. I know they did. So I hit one wall, and then I go sliding, hydroplaning, still out of control at this point, sliding, hydroplaning into the other wall on the other side of the bridge that I was driving on. And this is like a 2-lane bridge, you know what I'm saying? Like there's a little bit of space here in order for me to slide from one side to the other. So I hit one wall, slide, hit the other wall, slide again, go back into the first wall that I just hit, right? I'm just like pinballing at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I like after that I kind of straightened it out a little bit. I guess my car got like knocked back straight. You know what I'm saying? Like knocked back into a forward position, and I slowed down just a little bit enough in order to catch the road. And at this point my car is like so messed up. My Volvo was trashed. I honestly could not tell you how I made it home, but by God's grace we got it home. But I get straight. I get to the point where I can drive it straight and everything's good. And I get off on my exit. I haven't passed my exit yet, so I get off on my exit, right? Once I get off of the exit, I go turn off into like somewhere where like I'm not in the road, I'm not in the middle of everybody, and I can like check out the damage or whatever. And I'm like cut up. I don't know how I got cut up, but I got cut up. Nothing's broken, like no glass shattered or anything like that, but I did like I think cut my hand up a little bit somehow. I don't know, but I go to look at the outside of my car, and it's just warped. The whole front end is just warped to the right side. Like if you look at my car from a top view, you could just see like from the front windshield to the front of my car was just at an angle, right at a right angle. You know what I'm saying? Like an acute right angle. And I was devastated. I was so devastated at that point because I knew just how bad I had messed up. And like the thing about it the thing about it is that there was a button in my car that I could press whenever it was like weather conditions were like that, and it would like slow my car down a little bit and like gain more traction on the road, so that things like that didn't happen. I don't know if that would have like saved me at that moment or not. I don't know how effective that would have been, but I think about it, and I'm like, if I would have just slowed down, if I would have just had the little button thing on, if I would have just, did this and that. But like I'm standing there and I'm looking at my car, and it's so messed up, and the wheels kind of torqued a little bit, but it's still at a point to where like I could drive it. It looks terrible. It looks so bad. And so I get back in the car, and like I still have to make this drug test. You know what I'm saying? Like I still have to get this job. Like we're pushing through all of this. Like I don't care. We've come this far. We're almost there. So I get my Volvo all the way to the appointment that I have to make. Bumpy the entire drive. That's the only way that I could really describe it to you, is being bumpy. My car like kind of lifted itself every couple of inches, but we make it about like, I want to say like 10 minutes down the road. We make it like 10 minutes down the road to the appointment. We get in there, we get everything done that we need to get done, you know what I'm saying? And I ended up passing, you know what I'm saying? Everything was good. I ended up getting the job later on, and I was working at the Beau Rivage as a valet attendant, and I did that for about a year until I moved on to the Hard Rock, and I valeted over there for a while. But the drive home, I had to get home somehow. I don't think I called anybody until after my appointment, until after the appointment, and I had gone outside and I tried to turn my car back on, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it home. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, cause like the way that it was driving, like I didn't want to take it on the highway, because I knew I was gonna like be holding up traffic. At that time I was young, so I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna like do this in a way to where like I don't get like in trouble or getting pulled over by the police, you know what I'm saying, and like getting a ticket or something like that. But I called my folks, I called my mom. She tells me to just try to get it home, keep the hazards on. So I turned the hazards on and I tried to drive it home. Mind you, the drive home is like, the drive home is like at least 15 to 20 minutes. So like I'm just making it worse the whole time I'm driving it. I'm just making it worse. But I have to get home because like we can't call a tow truck. That's just gonna cost more money. And if I can drive it, if I can get it there, it's already messed up to a point to where we gotta put a bunch of money on it. You know what I'm saying? Like at this point, whatever happens. As long as it can move, we're trying to get it to where we're trying to go. You're trying to get it to point A to point B, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I finally get it home, and my mom just flips on me, talking about I haven't even had the car that long, and it's gonna take so much money to get this fixed, and they're gonna have to pay for it because I don't have the money for it, and all this, and yeah, I mean, it's unrightably so. You know what I'm saying? Like I deserve that. I definitely deserve that, but I'm still shaking up at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still shaking up at that point. Like I didn't went through my interview. I didn't have to drive that thing for about 40 minutes after the fact. Like I am so shook at this moment, and I'm just glad to be alive, because I felt like at one point I would just hit the wall and kind of just go over the wall and go into the water, like because the bridge went over a body of water, and y'all would have seen that from the picture earlier. But yeah, the bridge is over a body of water, and I hit that thing pretty hard. So like, luckily the barriers kept me where I was supposed to be. But that's all I thought about was like, man, I just messed up. It was such a nice car too. It was such a beautiful car. I had a sunroof. It was white with the yellow trim on it. You know what I'm saying? The gold trim on it. Oh my goodness. Like, I love that car. And I still had it for a year after that. We ended up getting everything fixed on it, like up to a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would still like need to get worked on every now and again, like little things like the axis, you know, the whole undercarriage basically had to be replaced. Wheel bearings, tire rods, like ball joint, all that, like pretty much the entire underside had to get replaced. And we put the money into it. You know, I had a job at that time, so I was trying to put as much money into it as I could. And we ended up getting everything fixed. I still had it for about another year after that, and eventually it just kept being one thing after another. And it was getting to be more expensive to keep it than it was to just give it away. So at a point, I just listed it for $400 because at that time I think it was something wrong with the undercarriage. It was like one of the tires, like it was just hard to turn with it sometimes, and the ride would just be kind of bumpy. So instead of spending more money to just fix it, I ended up selling it for like $400, because at that point, like, you would have to spend some more money to get it fixed. Like, the person that took it, he drove it home on a flat tire. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to get that fixed, along with some other things in the engine. But yeah, I ended up getting a truck after that, 96 Toyota Tacoma, and it's an old school. You know what I'm saying? I like it because I don't have to pay for tags every year, because it's an antique. So like, we can really just, like, you know, whip that thing, and, you know, everything's cool. But yeah, to this day I still think about that Volvo, and like, I miss it so much. Like, I love that car. It was the nicest car that I had ever had. I know I'll have nicer cars than that, but at the time with me being so young, and it was just such a nice car. And everybody would even tell me after the fact, like, even seeing all the dings and the scratches on it that was on it, everybody would say, like, it still looks like such a nice car. And I'm just like, yeah, but you should have seen it when I first had it. Like, it was a military dude that owned it, and he took such good care of it. And I'm sorry to dude, because like, I trashed that. You sold that to like a young me, and I didn't know how to take care of things at that point. So I'm sorry, like, if you ever just seen somebody driving that thing around and it looks like a total mess. Like, I'm sorry. You know, that was me. That was young me learning from my mistakes. And, you know, we learn from our mistakes. So yeah, anyways, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to share with y'all today. I don't really know how to end this, but yeah, that's how that was the time that I crashed my Volvo. And my mom was really mad at me. I was grounded for a long ass time, but we ended up being a better person because of that. I've been in so many situations that I feel like now I just have the awareness to, like, not be in those type of situations. Like, I try my best not to put myself in that type of situation. Like, I really don't like to even drive in the weather anymore, where, like, before I didn't care, like, at all, but like, now I don't want to be out on the road if it's like storming, or if it's like icy, or things of that nature. But, you know, I guess the moral of the story is you learn from your mistakes. You definitely learn from your mistakes, and you try not to make them, you know, as you get older, you carry these things with you, and they'll last forever. You know what I'm saying? So I'll leave y'all with that. appreciate y'all joining me for this little story time. And hope y'all have a good day. So if y'all liked the story, make sure you like the video and subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all next time at Young Prodigy XD. Y'all have a great day and be blessed.